Enlightenment has always been the highest achievement in India. The journey begins by acknowledging that what we know is minuscule compared to what we do not know. The yogi, in awe of the vastness of the universe, insists on experiencing the source of creation. Approaching the threshold of this infinite spiritual awareness, one enters the mystery of human existence. The mandala denotes the focus and reverence required for the journey. Gautama Buddha said, "There are only two mistakes one can make along the road to truth: not going all the way and not starting." Enlightened beings left teachings and practices that point the way towards liberation and freedom from suffering. Without these enlightened teachings, navigating the path to liberation can be perilous. Being enlightened means that your ordinary experience of the mental, emotional, and physical self is no longer relevant, and you experience oneness with the entire vibrating cosmos. Buddha said, "Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts. For there is nothing so disobedient as an undisciplined mind, and there is nothing so obedient as a disciplined mind." In life, we either consciously choose our path or we wander haphazardly, unaware of our potential. Buddha said, "Those who have failed to work towards the truth of existence have missed the purpose of living." For in the sky, there is no distinction of east and west. People create distinctions out of their own minds and then believe them to be true. The hanging of prayer flags acknowledges the elements that sustain us: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And with a mind free of distinctions, in a state of compassion, prayers are sent for a bountiful earth, health, and happiness to all sentient beings. What is the origin of everything? Is there a creator? Why am I here? And what happens when I die? These questions arise from an identity limited to the thinking mind. Thinking is a distraction from life, a useful survival tool, but it distorts our experience. It is like the tip of a mountain peak, unaware of the depths below. For most of us, thinking is the only aspect of mind in our conscious awareness. Known as buddhi in yoga, thought only functions from memory and past knowledge. We have confused our ability to memorize with intelligence. Trapped in ruminations of the past and worries about the future, we cling to our thoughts, mistaking our mental process for life and missing life entirely. The monastery, like an ashram, is a place of study and practice that leads the seeker beyond buddhi. Sacred places remind us of our spiritual potential. For an intellect full of prejudice, judgments, and beliefs distorts our experience of life. We attach to limited identities of gender, family, race, religion, nation, and defend this identity known as ahankara, even if it means our ultimate destruction. Every cell in your body has more memory than your brain. Your body remembers its evolutionary origins and the process of creation, which is continuing to keep you alive. This unconscious layer of mind is known as manas. Manas is always operating and forms the basis of who you are. Yoga brings awareness to these unconscious aspects of ourselves. The fourth dimension of mind is called citta, which is pure intelligence without memory or thought. Touching this dimension connects us to cosmic consciousness. It seems we face a multitude of problems. However, we are the only problem on the planet. Einstein said, "No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it." Our thinking mind separates and divides, a useful tool, but a distraction from experience. Sadhguru said, Life cannot be known that way. Mental diarrhea is more of an existence for most people than the life they are and the life around them. So what are the steps to expanding our perception? The Yoga Tattva Upanishads state, without yogic practice, how can spiritual knowledge free you from suffering? Without spiritual knowledge, how can yogic practice free you from suffering? Both mental and physical training is required to discover your true, divine nature. The temples in India symbolize the process of inner transformation. Moving through the interior reminds us that going inward requires a quietening of our outward-focused senses. While often pleasant and necessary, our senses are bound to our physical world and cannot experience the divine. Spiritual training enhances our awareness to a new dimension of experience. An untrained mind creates havoc within and is reflected in our behavior on the planet. If enough of us train our minds to be joyful, our world will change. For as physicist Erwin Schrödinger stated, in truth, there is only one mind. Multiplicity is only apparent. This is also the teachings of the ancient Hindu manuscripts. Scientists are looking to yogic teachings to understand quantum physics, where everything that seems solid is actually vibrating energy. Frigid Chopra said, "The mystic and the physicist arrive at the same conclusion, and the harmony between their views confirms ancient Indian wisdom." How do you decide what is true? In yoga, truth rests on 4 pillars. It must make logical sense, be consistent with knowledge from awakened beings, have evidence to support it, and is able to be experienced. Only if a teaching brings peace to all is it said to be a good teaching. The teachings describe an energy called Kundalini that lies coiled at the base of your spine. With training, this energy rises to the top of the head. The cobra is acutely sensitive and aware, and as Kundalini rises, we are endowed with a similar sensitivity of perception. And like a snake shedding its skin, we emerge at a new level of awareness. Every step, every breath, your life is ticking away. If we are in touch with our mortality, we won't waste time on meaningless things. Chasing after endless worldly desires can bring fleeting pleasures, but never unending joy. All material things, including our bodies, are never perfect and never last. In wanting any moment to be different than it is, we create inner turmoil, resistance, and negativity. Sadhguru said, "Anger is a poison that pollutes your body, and if you practice it enough, you will cross the line into insanity, and no one will want to be around you." Unable to manage our thoughts and emotions, we become a slave to whatever happens around us. The Dalai Lama said that happiness is determined more by your state of mind than by external events. Buddha said, "Meditation brings wisdom. Lack of meditation leaves ignorance." Know well what leads you forward and what holds you back, and choose the path that leads to wisdom. Without clarity of thought, horrible atrocities have happened because someone imagined they heard the voice of God. Teachings that bring joy to all and lead one to compassion and equanimity and right action are the teachings to follow. All creatures seek pleasure and want to avoid pain. The yogi meditates to uphold humanity's cosmic connection, and also because it is the greatest pleasure. For when Amrita, the elixir of life, drips from your pineal gland, there is ecstasy. We are unconsciously looking for this ecstasy in all our wanderings, addictions, and obsessions. Mindless consumption corrupts our spirit, for our existence depends on how we treat the earth that sustains us. Going inward is the only way out of the insanity. Like the lotus flower that rises from the navel of a sleeping Vishnu, our consciousness blossoms from the depths of an ignorant slumber. Pilgrimage is a way to surrender ideas about who one is. This pilgrimage is a calling forth of one's dharma or life vision enacted in moment-to-moment choices. The epic Ramayana tells the story of the life of Lord Ram, a king revered not for success, but for his integrity in the face of obstacles. This temple is dedicated to Hanuman, the Monkey King, a great yogi and courageous leader of Ram's army. Hanuman, devoted to truth, said, "When I do not know who I am, I serve you. When I do know who I am, you and I are one." No matter what befell King Ram, he conducted himself with clarity and wisdom, Hanuman at his side. Ram accepted all conditions without anger, hatred, or resentment. He acted with honor and put the peace of the nation before his own desires. This pilgrimage asks us to reflect on how we manage obstacles that we meet in life. For just as the perspective from the top of a mountain allows an expanded view, clarity of vision comes if one learns spiritual wisdom. Anger, bitterness, and resentment comes if one does not. Sadhguru said, "The source of all creation is happening inside our bodies, but we are tied up with rudimentary thinking in the mind. Our essence lies beyond the physiological and psychological process. If all you know is your physicality and your thoughts, you will cling to this form and fear death." The fear of death due to this limited identity is the root cause of all manner of behaviors that cause suffering. Fearing death, we grasp onto people, places, and things in a desperate attempt to feel secure. Be forewarned that the tendencies of your mind during life will follow you after death. In the twilight of your life, at the moment of your last breath, will you be afraid or at peace? A fulfilled life or a missed opportunity? Indian temple is built to reflect the sacred geometry of the human body. Beauty, quality, light, and sound are used as a conduit for spiritual liberation. The outside of the temple depicts activities of living and the animalness of our physical nature. The Devalaya Vastu teaches that only if a temple is correctly constructed according to mathematical principles will it be in harmony with the universe. Rising to the peaks, divine beings decorate temple spires, celebrating life and the elevation of humanity out of endless material desires. The outer walls of a temple reflect the first two aims of life, known as Artha and Kama. Artha includes our desires and material well-being, providing a stable base to pursue the other aims of life. Kama is pleasure, physical and emotional fulfillment. Singing, dancing, making art, and music are essential for well-being. The third aim, Dharma, is your life's vision, your integrity tested during difficult times. Turning the bitter into the sweet, transforming pain into purpose makes us a successful life that can be of service to others. The final aim of life is moksha, one of the many Sanskrit words for enlightenment. Experiencing all four aspects brings fulfillment and a graceful passing when we die. For without a glimpse of the source of creation within, one has not attained success no matter how much material wealth is left behind. When allowed to flourish, our true nature expands into joyfulness, free from imagined or imposed fear. Experiencing creation around us as part of ourselves, we naturally manifest beauty and want everyone to be happy. Entering the temple, one leaves contemplation of the physical world for deeper inner reflection. An Indian temple's purpose is to connect you to your divine essence. One prepares to enter the inner sanctum, a symbol of the cosmic womb, by circumambulating its outer walls. goddesses and gods adorn, and one reflects on their aspirational and benevolent qualities. The artist seeks a muse, those in business the blessings of success. Mathematicians channel equations bestowed by the goddess, and parents ask for the well-being of their children. In all aspects, devotion to our harmonious sweetness of life is the path one considers. Having reflected in a receptive state, one enters the inner sanctum. Here is the Yoni Linga, a symbol of universal creative power, the Shakti Shiva life force. From the Yoni rises the Linga, yet the Linga must exist for there to be a Yoni. One became two, and from the two came everything. Humanity's oldest text, the Rig Veda, states, "In the beginning, love arose. It is the germ cell of the mind." Accessing our spiritual dimension reveals our true nature, which is a state of love and compassion. To enter our depths, we must observe the tendencies of our thinking mind. When you hear yourself thinking, there is a silent part of you that is listening. Instead of allowing your awareness to become the thought, just notice it and the emotion and the tension that the thought creates. Observing thought rather than being absorbed in it creates distance from the mental chatter. And like shadows, your inner commentary loses importance. With practice, you become the silent listener. Then awareness expands and your perception is enhanced beyond any mental, emotional, or physical experience. Then you are at the threshold of Chitta, the doorway to cosmic consciousness. From birth to death is a short journey, and it is up to each one of us to make our lives meaningful. Spiritual ritual transforms places into sacred space, a conduit for the universal life force. It lifts our lives out of the mundane, infusing the ordinary with the mystical. Meaningful ritual connects us to the natural rhythms of life, reminding us of the elements that sustain us and our reliance upon one another. The Festival of Lights celebrates love conquering destructive forces. Light over darkness, wisdom over ignorance, and hope over despair. A time is coming when how you live your life and how you treat people will matter more than what you own. Without connecting in joyful celebration, our lives lose meaning, and deep feelings of aloneness and despair arise. We lose our connection to humanity. Ritual that brings us together in wholeness with no exclusions uplifts humanity. Without it, we fall apart. Upholding ritual that is inclusive can bring us together as a global community. It may feel like we're alone on this journey, but we are all on the same path together. We all have the same capacity to experience cosmic oneness. It is just obscured by the thinking mind. Letting thoughts and emotions run our lives is like wandering blindfolded in a maze. In such a state, the meaning and potential of your life will elude you. The yogic practices teach us to fully engage with life with no restrictions. Chanting Om opens a vibrational doorway. It is the sound of the universe to our ears. Om vibrates our energy body in harmony with universal frequencies. It helps to heal the body-mind and stimulates your Ajna chakra, the third eye, and the seat of your inner vision. Knowledge of the healing effect of sound informs chanting and classical Indian music. The vibration of sound either heals or harms. Our industrial technology advances have created vibrations and frequencies that are damaging to biological systems, including ours. Sensitivity to vibrational energy is honed through yogic practice and expressed through the arts. In a wise society, spiritual arts are revered, for inspired creativity comes from our source. The Mahabharata tells of times when cheating, lying, and greed are common practices. In the extraordinary epic, civilization comes close to annihilation, yet hope is not lost, and the wise ones prevail. In the Mahabharata, it is written, the key to happiness is the reduction of desires. With indulgence, they flame up like fire. Today, our endless, mindless desires are destroying our lives and the planet. In the Mahabharata, it says there are two primary choices in life: to accept conditions as they exist, or accept responsibility for changing them. We are at the crossroads when awakened people must rise up in compassionate action for all life on the planet. Sacred space, just like the site of a battlefield, transmits energy that one with the sensitive perception can feel. The Kailash mountain is the abode of Shiva, the first yogi, and is expressed here as a temple. Shrouded in mystery, no one knows how the temple was made, who built it, nor can we recreate it with modern technology. No one knows where the hundreds of thousands of tons of carved away stone has gone. The temples speak to those who know the stories. The stories teach us right action that serves others, called karma yoga. There are also cautionary tales about the consequences of wrong action. Studying the teachings that create clear thinking is called jnana yoga. Transforming our energies through yogic postures, meditation, and chanting is called Kriya Yoga. And the aim of Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of devotion and prayer, says the Hugging Saint, is to develop love for everyone. Each of us requires a unique balance of the 4 yogas to have a fulfilled life. Yoga cleanses the mind, heals emotional wounds, and along with its sister discipline, Ayurveda, restores health and vitality. With this preparation, deeper aspects of self are accessible. Hindu teachings are woven from history into mythology, embellished by thousands of years of storytelling. Shiva's wife, Parvati, represents the Shakti energy that activates the teachings. India has always worshipped the goddess and the bountiful, life-giving land as the Earth Mother. Even after 1,000 years of invaders attempting to destroy the culture, the goddess remains strong from devotion. O wise grandmother, living embodiment of our Earth Mother, pass on the ancient rituals that ensure right action. For how we nurture our children determines our future. Knowledge without spiritual wisdom is lethal. Ignorant minds stuck in separateness and fear draw lines and cut the world into pieces. Our amazing potential and the beauty of the earth possibly destroyed by the press of a button. The ceaseless flow of energy, like the coming and going of subatomic particles present in all things, is personified in the dance of Shiva, the ultimate human form, half woman and half man. Parvati Shiva is the great manifestation of perfect balance, exuberance, and joy. Balancing a mindful dance with stillness leads us to right action. In rhythm with the seasons, the sun and the moon, our lives are meant to be a dance in harmony with cycles of nature and celestial forces. Conscious awareness relieves us of compulsions, addictions, and obsessions that are created by misuse of the intellect. Nandi, the bull, sits outside the inner sanctum, patiently waiting, symbolizing the attitude necessary to awaken. Waiting, the quality of eternity, is the willingness to be with life without doing. It is the willingness to still oneself to the point of feeling a thought begin to form. Observing the subtle movement of the mind, one returns to yogic practices until there is an unending focus. A balance of feminine and masculine energy is required for stability. Valuing the masculine over the feminine destroys beauty and sensitivity. Approaching the inner sanctum, we reflect on this balance in our lives. Lao Tzu said, "Develop the strength of a man, but live as gently as a woman." Until you have a spiritual awakening, you are like a virgin to your depths. Thinking about spirituality without first-hand knowledge. It's the human condition that you cannot know what you're missing until you experience it. One expresses gratitude for the gift of existence and the potential to awaken. Once you have a glimpse of the spiritual, you know your essence cannot be destroyed, and fear of death will no longer unconsciously motivate your actions. At the transition of your death, The only accomplishments that have meaning are your triumphs over ignorance and your impact on others, including the planet. A spiritual golden age is coming. Whether we get there by war or wisdom is up to us. The Buddhist caves in Ajanta depict teachings from the suttas, images of ancient spiritually attained beings, and seekers of divine knowledge. The mind of a Buddha is quiet unless needed. The steps towards transformation involve becoming aware of every breath you take. Buddha said, "When the breath is long, know that the breath is long. When the breath is short, know that the breath is short." Breath anchors consciousness in the body. It is the key to the doorway of expanded perception. Conscious awareness of breath must be mastered as it directly informs the state of body, mind, and emotion, and our ability to be present. Embodied, we feel each breath. Ungrounded and not present, we are in our head thinking. Habitually thinking, we are distracted from life, not experiencing reality, only a running commentary about it. The breath of an enlightened master is low and deep in the body. It is smooth, rhythmic, and free of tension. The abdomen expands on the inhale, and its movement pervades the entire body to the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands. The tongue is relaxed, resting on the bottom of your mouth. With practice, there are prolonged moments of peacefulness in the mind. The body relaxes and feels less solid. The weight of the body disperses and you feel porous, like air. Allowing that inner expansion one touches the Anandamaya Kosha, the bliss body. Once you know you can choose inner pleasantness, you'll see that suffering is also a choice. After many years of patient practice, Gautama Buddha said, "I then remembered when I was an infant, there was silence, a naturally existing state of meditative absorption. I wondered if this might be the way. And by focusing on the breath, I entered that state. By concentrating, I entered deeper states, one after the other, and went beyond what I had seen and known before. I had found the way." A true guru teaches to transform you. If your mind is becoming more silent and you are more joyful and loving, you are on the right path. Being with nature is essential for us to recognize harmony and heal our disconnection from creation. Mata Amritanandamayi Devi said, "Real service is the power that sustains this world. When humans serve nature, nature serves human beings." If our way of living is destructive, we have followed the wrong teachings. We are lost on the wrong path. When we turn nature into ugliness, we create disharmony, making people unhappy and ill. Our bodies are just borrowed bits of the planet, discarded back to the earth upon our death. While here, we all breathe the same air, drink the same water, and have only this one earth to sustain us. We cannot survive alone, even for one moment. We are either aware of our connectedness or living in a delusion of separateness. Without wholeness, we view everything outside our bodies as other. In such a state, we mindlessly destroy the trees that are the other half of our lungs, the soil that feeds us, the birds and animals whose home we share. We even kill children. The hugging saint said, "The reflections are many, but they are all each reflecting the same sun." When we come to know who we truly are, we will see ourselves in all people. You are but a drop in the river, but your consciousness is the entire ocean. Showing gratitude to our great Earth Mother, we connect to our source and have lives worth living. In the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali teaches, "Be happy for those who are happy. Have compassion toward the unhappy, and maintain equanimity towards the wicked. For aversion is a form of bondage, and we are tied to what we hate or fear." Einstein said, "The most beautiful and profound emotion we can experience is the sensation of the mystical." Yoga is a bridge that takes you to the other shore, to another level of experience. For only a mystic sees from an inner vision, listens without preconceptions, and is sensitive to each moment with fresh aliveness. The goal of life, said Joseph Campbell, is to match your heartbeat to the beat of the universe, to match your nature to nature. Unless we awaken one day soon, there will be no more clean rivers to poison, no more forests left to destroy, and no more mountains to mine, and not enough air to breathe or water to drink. You have made a pilgrimage, climbed high and seen the peak, but have not yet made it to the top. Yet, with every attempt, the path is clearer. With a breath that permeates your body, opening all your chakras, the Kundalini rises. Then, the liberated mind, free of tyranny from the past and worry about the future, looks out onto the world and sees the mysterious beauty of creation, with which it is one. Singing praises to our Mother in one of humanity's oldest sacred texts, the Atharva Veda invokes, "Thy snowy mountain heights and thy forests, O earth, shall be kind to us. The brown, the black, the multicolored, the firm earth, I have settled upon, not suppressed, not slain, not injured. May this earth give us breath and life. May she cause me to reach old age. Once potential is glimpsed, we cannot unknow it. If the way is hidden or the teachings lost, our nature will find its way, for it is the nature of the universe in each one of us to seek to know itself. Patanjali said, "Egotism is but the perversion of spiritual beings. Ambition is the inversion of spiritual power. Passion is the distortion of love." The mortal is the limitation of the immortal. When these false images give place to the truth, the clouds disperse. And then, in a moment, you are the mountain. The small you is no longer. You are everything. Mind, its mysterious depths, like the moon illuminated by the light of the sun, one with our source, like stars in the infinite sky, reflecting countless forms existing within this vast creation. Your spiritual awakening is essential to life on the planet. The source of all creation, the ecstasy of cosmic consciousness, waits within you.